Hey, hi, hello. How you doing? This is my first solo video on the channel, and I know it's a little random and it's like, well, I thought you would start with a movie Monday or something like that. And while that is in the works, that is obviously only going to be posted on Mondays, and I wanted to do a quick video about something else that has been a hot topic and something I've felt a little strongly about, and that is Boys by Jesy Nelson. If you didn't know, Nelson, a former member of Little Mix, former because she left the group earlier this year. It's either early this year or late last year, but I'm pretty sure it's early this year. Left the group Little Mix and had decided to start her own solo career. So I guess without further ado, we can get right into the music video so we can talk about Boys by Jesy Nelson.
Wear my shirt before she leave. I'ma need my shirt back.
Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about when we're talking about this new comeback for the soloist to Jesy Nelson is the song itself.
Hey yo, it's the UK Addy and the Barbie.
I'll try to be positive before I talk about what I didn't like so much about it. So I guess the first thing I can say is the song is cute. I mean, it's not a bad song. It's not the worst song to ever be released, and it's surely better than some of the other mediocre stuff that's been produced in recent times. That being said, it is mediocre. Very, very mediocre, I felt like the song was lazy. It wasn't really thought out and worked on, and it was just something she said, okay, I want to have a quick comeback. I also want to reference a TikToker, actually, that I follow and watch a lot called Pablo. They make amazing music takes, and I think that they were very correct when they said specifically about Jesy Nelson in Boys that she was trying to do a whole good girl, gone bad, edgy, bad girl, I'm a bad girl, I want bad boys type thing. And there was no need. For me personally, I think if you know Little Mix's history, after Glory Days, for me in Glory Days was kind of that turning point when you had Touch and No More Sad Songs, and then we had Sweet Melodies and all of that. And I think that there was no need to try and do a spin around. It's not like you were marketing yourself as a good girl all throughout Little Mix. So that kind of aspect of the song kind of was a miss for me. Now, I like Jesy Nelson's voice, and I really did like it in the song. I liked how, it was kind of soft. I must admit, maybe too soft for the song and for, the instrumental and, the track that she was sampling. But it was soft, and I liked to listen to it. I didn't mind her voice. I think she can sing. But the whole ordeal was kind of a little mediocre for me, especially when it's your first song comeback. Next, I want to talk about the lyrics. To me, again, the lyrics was lazy, mediocre. It wasn't cute. It was like that good girl gone bad thing that she's trying to do was very much shown within the lyrics. And my thing was, you're a grown woman. Even if you wanted to do the I like bad boys thing, you could have wrote it out better, in my opinion. So I wanted to actually just check who wrote this, what is the deal. And apparently we have it written by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people, including Jesy Nelson and Nicki Minaj and Diddy. I don't know what Diddy had to write on this. I know he was the person that the original track came from. I know Jesy sampled Diddy's song, but he doesn't have many lines other than his speaking stuff. He doesn't really have many lines. I'm kind of interested to see if he did write something. What did he write? But I'm not really going to look that into it. I don't care. But yeah, for 9 people to write this, like, it's really lazy. I can like tell you a little bit. Love a little bitter in the sweet. Bad boy, my recipe. Being nice, a little boring when you in between the sheets. When I ride that hee-haw, you know I know how to please ya. For 7 people, grown people, to write something like this, at that point, it's like, okay, ooh, I like them tattoos and them gold teeth, type to make me feel like I'm a baddie. I like the fire you're bringing out of me. Baby, something about him got me weak in the knees. Jesy, really? Like, that's what you came up with? Even before I saw the lyrics, when I was listening to it, I was like, these are our lyrics? This is what we had to work with? When you heard the track, you said, yes, let's write that for this. Like, okay, fine. I guess it's fine. So, again, there's been more mediocre stuff. I'm not trying to say that only Jesy has ever written something that the lyrics were kind of like, okay, what the hell? But, come on, Jess. Like, and Little Mix, here's my thing. Little Mix has written some good stuff. Even when they're doing their more, like, whatever, I feel like lyrics, they had that down in Little Mix. Like, their lyrics weren't stupid. They weren't mediocre. They weren't lazy. They didn't feel like just something thrown together to make a song. And that's what this feels like. Which is honestly a little sad. To me, I think that Jesy could have really spent more time in the lyrics department and maybe revised and looked into different things. The next thing I want to talk about is this song was sampled by Diddy. Okay, so Diddy made a song way back when called Bad Boys for Life. And I was like, okay, so let me check out his song and see what's going on. Now, there are very obviously, like, this song, of course, it's like taken from his song. Like, that's his song. All right, that's Bad Boys for Life. All right, it's definitely sampled from him. But it also made me question what is considered sampling versus just blatantly using somebody else's song. It was like a remake, like She's All That to He's All That. It was like a remake to me, because even when you go back to the lyrics, in the chorus, she says, like, at the same time Diddy does, she says, I like bad boys for life. And Diddy, like, at the same part of the chorus says, Bad Boys for Life. And I was, like, literally going back and forth between the 2 music videos. Like just going. Like, why are there so many similarities? And maybe, you know, that's fine, I guess. Nobody seemed to have a problem with it. Obviously, the person who made the original was in that music video, too, and seemed to co-sign it perfectly fine and well. But I was like, okay, there's a lot of use of his song to make her song, which I wasn't really feeling. So I was like, you know, is this a sample, or are we making a remix, a remake? What is this meant to be? Okay, so that really sums up all of my critiques. Otherwise, again, Jesy sounded cute. The song was mediocre but cute. And Nicki Minaj ate that verse. She ate that verse. Actually, I'd like to say that Nicki Minaj made that song so much more hyped up, because, like, in the beginning, like, right before she starts, like, the intro to the song, she's like, hey, yo, it's the UK baddie and the Barbie. And with how, like, the track is, like, the sound of the track and the way she did it in, like, a British accent, like, when the song started, I was so excited, and then Jesy came in with them lyrics. But it doesn't matter, whatever. And then, again, when she started her verse, it was really cool. I liked that. You know, it was like, as we proceed to give you what you need. That, like, in the voice, she says it in, like, an announcer, announcing, like, a fight. Like, it's, like, something so hyped up, and it raises your energy before the song starts or before her verse started. And I really liked it. Nicki's verse was cute. I liked it. It was nice to listen to. Her voice was amazing. I liked her cadence and everything in that. So I really liked Nicki's part. It's just a shame that this specific verse and all of those cool little off-the-cuff intros and stuff like that was used in this song. And again, no shade. It was cute, but mediocre. Overall, the song was just mediocre. No matter how much you love Jesy, and I know so many people were loving on this song, especially when you look at all the comments, the song was not that good. But I digress. Next thing I want to talk about is the music video. And like I said, I checked Diddy's song Bad Boys for Life just to get a reference of how much she used from the original song in her song. And when I saw the music video, oh my gosh, I was reeling. I was like, so not only did she pull so much from the song, she pulled the whole music video. Like everything, from the moving into the house, from the sitting on the roof, from the man in the hot tub, from the everything was like kind of pooled. Even the name of where they moved, what was it called? It was like called Perfectville versus Perfect Town. Diddy used Perfect Town and she used Perfectville. I can't really remember. It was a meaningless name, but like she really used, like she milked that for everything she was worth. Even the set that Nicki had for her like solo, like the room with the band and the CDs, that was from Diddy's music video. And I get it, but it's a no for me. And I'll explain more why it's a no later, but for me it's like that wasn't the move. In my opinion, that was not the way to go about the single at all. Even if she was sampling, it was not the way to go. Jesy looks good. She looks good. I'm trying to move away from the blackfishing and all of that problem. I'll address it a little bit later, but I'm trying really not to concern myself with that aspect of it because that's a whole other debate we could get into. So yeah, I don't want to talk about that, at least right now. But I do understand and I'm completely aware of the problem she had with that blackfishing stuff. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, but regardless, she looked good. I'm not going to hate on Jesy and talk about anything that has to do with her appearance. I overly believe Jesy is pretty, despite how I might feel about like small kinks and like stuff that's within her look. That's not really what I'm here to care about. Overall, I liked all of Jesy's styling and I liked, you know, everything about like her looks. I had to say though, her like golfing outfit was definitely my least favorite. I don't know why. There's just something that I did not like about it. I didn't like it, but whatever. Otherwise, she looked good in her music video, so that's obviously a good thing. Nicki Minaj served. I'll have to say, when she was in like the band room, I don't know, she seemed kind of awkward with the bandmates. It didn't seem like they were having a true jam sesh, which I feel like I felt in Diddy's music video more than I felt in Jesy's. But otherwise, I loved Nicki Minaj in it. She was looking really nice. The wigs were laid, the makeup was done, she had her face beat to the gods, and she served in her verse. So I don't have a problem with her within the music video, specifically within the context of the music video. We can talk about all of that other stuff that followed afterwards. I feel like there needs to be brought up the issue of her so heavily relying on Diddy's song. Not only sampling it, but having the music video contain so much of what Diddy did back in the 90s in his song Bad Boys for Life. I want to reference a point that I heard another amazing YouTuber, Campbell, make. He made this about Sweetie, but I think it also applies here. When you dote so heavily on a sample, it honestly raises the question, can you make music that is outside of having the influence of an already popular song? See, in the same fashion, I understand this is just her debut single, and there's of course more to expect, and she can do something completely different, but my question is, when you lean so heavily on someone else's song, you sample it, you use lyrics, you brought in the person who made the original song, you modeled your entire music video over theirs, it begs the question now, why were you relying on somebody else's work to make your single popular, especially your debut single? Your debut single? To me, that was very concerning, and I was worried about, okay, the fact that she came in and she wasn't even standing on her own 2 feet on her debut single was really like kind of scary to me. Another thing, this might seem completely irrelevant. Moving on from the thing about relying on this sample and Diddy's work and whatever. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in depth a little bit later. But I need to know, if you're a Jesy Nelson fan and you've been like watching this comeback, I have to know, are you guys actually called the baddies? Like the baddies, like that's your fandom name? I have to know now, because she said baddie so much. Like, she said he makes me feel like a baddie, and to me that was so out of place. But I feel like it would make more sense if her fandom was called the baddies. Also, Nicki Minaj did call her the UK baddie. So if that's your fandom name, just tell me down in the comments. I need to know at this point. Yeah. Jesy, if Diddy was not there, to me, I would have felt like she was ripping off his work. Because when you follow what somebody did so closely, like so unbelievably closely, like the music video was the same, she sampled the song, and her sample wasn't even that good, when she basically relied on the fact that she had Diddy's sample along with Nicki Minaj's feature, it's like, if Diddy wasn't there, then it would have been a whole other thing, and I really would have felt like she just wasn't doing anything original and wasn't doing something that actually meant anything, and it was a horrible decision. Not that I don't feel that just because Diddy's there, but it softened the blow a little bit for me. Let's talk about her choreography. When I was waiting for this to drop, of course, I knew that it was gonna drop. When I was waiting for it, I saw that she mentioned stuff like she's been working on the choreography and whatever. And it's good that she added choreography. I think that if she's well-rounded enough to be a singer and a dancer, and she knows she can dance relatively well, putting choreography in there is crucial. If she did not have that choreography, like, she's like basically throwing away a really good asset that she has. Putting choreo in there was definitely a good move, in my opinion. The choreo was cute. I can't say that it was eye-catching or it made any significant difference for me, although I know I just stressed that her using choreo was a great decision, and of course it was definitely a good decision. I'm not sure that I can say it made her music video any better, or it made it any more worthwhile to see, or it was actually like at all eye-catching, or a extremely positive, can't go without it component of her music video. But what can we do? If she wanted to add the choreo, it wasn't a bad choice. I just don't think it made an amazing difference in what she did. Yeah. And that's about it, all I have to say for the music video, specifically accent. Okay, so now that we've talked about the song itself and we've talked about the music video, we gotta mesh it together to talk about our overall opinions about Jesy Nelson's debut single and comeback after leaving Little Mix. Unfortunately, I like you, Jesy. I liked you in Little Mix and I rooted for you in Little Mix, but this is a no for me. And it's a gentle no, actually. It's not a harsh no. It's not a no, I will never listen to you again. I don't want to hear from you again. It's just what you put out for me for a debut single was a miss. I feel like it was not the right choice as a debut single. I feel like it's not a bad song. Like, it's a song you can listen to. It's not something, like, revolutionary. And it's not something, groundbreaking. But it doesn't have to be. It's a pretty cute song, all in all. It's cute. It doesn't have to be groundbreaking. It doesn't even have to be great. It's a cute song. But as your debut single, it doesn't work for me. The way that you sampled the song and followed his music video so closely, it just, for me, did not give, this is what I want to show the world I can do as Jesy Nelson. If it were me, I would have just went back to the drawing board after making the song and said, I want to do something different. And I want to do something original. And I want to do something that is better. Lyrically, definitely lyrically. Oh, yeah. Better lyrically. That was more original. That was more personal. Better than your debut single being about boys and how you like bad boys. To me, that's a miss. Now we gotta get into the blackfishing and the controversy surrounding the lyrics and how they talk about, how she likes bad boys and whatever, and all of that. Number one, let's talk about those lyrics again, because I need to rag on these lyrics as much as I can because I did not like the lyrics. The lyrics did portray that she wants rugged men. I guess she was talking about rugged men in general, but the tattoos and gold teeth and all of that stuff all of the stuff she kind of said was very synonymous with black men. It's very rare that you're going to find a white person with no black influence directly in their life that has gold teeth and all of that. The way that she was referring to them. Let me see if I can find the distinct lyrics. So hood, so good, so damn taboo. I'm sorry, a white person from the suburb is never gonna be hood. Let's admit that. Let's take a second to admit that whether or not she was directly trying to say that black men were the bad boys that she's looking for, okay, whatever. So people had a problem with that, and I can see their problem with it. Again, I'm not taking anything she's doing too seriously. I think she did need to go back to the drawing board regardless of whether or not it was like what she intended to do to fetishize black men like that, but whatever. The other thing is her blackfishing, and I have to say that I am so undecided on this. Like, I'm sorry, I wish I could say that I understood and stood so firmly in the fact that I knew for sure she was blackfishing, but I don't. For me, I can't say for sure, because as long as I have known of Jesy Nelson, she has looked that tan. Now, it could be spray tanning, could be dark foundation that she's requested and all of that. And yeah, if she's doing it to look racially ambiguous, definitely blackfishing. We don't approve of that. But I don't know. I've known of Jesy for too long and not paid enough attention of her in that same aspect to know whether or not she actually looks like that when the makeup comes off. Now, my sister, who is a mixer, she is a fan of Little Mix. She has told me multiple times that it is not, that she is actually just that tan. I'm not really interested in verifying it. Frankly, if she's blackfishing, she can go all the way to the left, like Beyonce said. But I'll just have to leave it at that. If she's blackfishing, shame on her. I'm not really going to be checking for her all that much anyway, so I don't have too much of an opinion about it. Now we got to talk about Nicki Minaj. Unfortunately, Miss Minaj is going out bad. Like, she kind of is like a meteor. You know when they hit the atmosphere and they catch on fire and they're a flaming ball of hot mess? Yeah, that's Nicki Minaj at the moment. No shade, Barbs, don't come for me just because I'm saying this. Honestly, I'm kind of disappointed, but not surprised. I think we've ignored the signs for too long that Nicki Minaj is friends with whoever she wants to be friends with, works with whoever she wants to work with, despite how bad they are as people and all of the things they've done and all of the accountability that they refuse to take for their actions. And that's why I have to say, Nicki Minaj acting a fool on Twitter and liking retweets and doing nasty stuff about Leanne and other black women over Jesy is like, what are we going to do about it? I guess we just have to move on and let go. And that's why I also can say I don't care about that either. If Nicki Minaj wants to embarrass herself while she dies on that hill, that's what she's going to do. And you know what? You can love her and support her for it. But the Barbs have stood behind her through the COVID thing that she just went through. They stood beside her when she married Kenneth Petty. They stood behind her during that 6ix9ine stuff. So they gonna stick beside her now. And there's nothing that I can do about it. So I'm just gonna say, you know what? I'm not going to really stress myself and put my energy towards whatever she's doing. Now that we've gotten that controversy out of the way, I think it's time to talk about her leaving Little Mix. I had known of Jesy's declining mental health for a while, and I fully supported her decision and still do support her decision to leave Little Mix. That being said, I still think that Jesy made the wrong decision to go solo. And here is why. Again, I support her decision to leave Little Mix. I don't think that's a problem. If she was leaving because she couldn't take the pressure for her mental health, fine. If she was leaving because she could no longer agree with the progression of their music, fine. But Jesy, in this comeback and this solo single alone, has shown me nothing. The song was mediocre. The lyrics were lazy. For 9 people to be on that track, lyrics were awful too. It was bad. Let's be real. For me, it felt like a lazy and Walmart version of a Little Mix song. To me, there was nothing that showed this is Jesy. If Jesy left, for one of the reasons being that she could no longer agree with the type of music Little Mix was making, that song sounded very Walmart Little Mix-ish. It did. It wasn't anything different. I truly believe I could hear something like that from Little Mix. The only thing that made it different was the fact that she had sampled a hip-hop song. If it wasn't a hip hop song and it was just a regular pop track that she had used with those lyrics and that choreography and that all of that, it would have been nothing but a generic, what we've already seen from Little Mix song. And that is very disappointing to me. I believe in Jesy. I think she can sing, she can dance well enough, and I think she wants to be a musician. I think it's still her dream despite what she's been through. But she failed to do what she needs to do when she has a solo debut comeback. And that is to present herself as she truly is. I'm not saying that Jesy needs to have a completely new comeback and she needs to have a completely different style of music and anything like that. But I would have appreciated Jesy coming back and having a song that meant something. A song that was about her. This song about bad boys could have gone on an EP. It could have gone on an EP as a side track. And for me, I would like it a lot more. But it shows no growth, no improvement. It doesn't tell me that I left Little Mix for A, B, C, and D. And this shows how this song solves that for me. It doesn't. In my opinion, Jesy should have waited longer. Jesy should have taken more time to not make music. Hold off on making music. And after you've taken your time and found yourself, really, after what you've been through, the bullying Jesy went through was very traumatic. No one can deny that. But I feel like she needed to do more than just leave the group. Okay? And it's not like I know specifically what she did. But I do know that when she started working, it was too soon. I think that there was barely any time between when she left the group and when it was officially announced that she left the group to when she started working on this single. To me, it was not enough time. I think I would have greatly appreciated, and I think it would have been better for her career as a solo artist, if she would have taken time to truly figure out what she wanted to do with her music. Because a sample doesn't tell me who you are as a musician. It tells me that you liked what somebody else did and you like that aspect and that type of music, so you're going to use what they did and try to make it somehow your own. Replicating the music video the way she did only pushed that further. It didn't show me I'm paying ode to a great song that I love, which she can do. And if this wasn't a debut single, that's what I would have thought. But it shows me that I don't know what I want to do yet. It shows me that I'm not sure where I want to take my career and where I want to put my image in. And to me, that just makes this a whole thing a no. And with that, you have come to the end of this video. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please comment down below what you thought of Jesy's music video. Do you think it was the right choice to use a sample? Or did you think that she needed to go back to the drawing board? Make sure to put that down below. I'm Zakia, 1/3 of the Black Girl Variety Show. Peace.